Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Podcust Zone. I'm your host, Rohit.
And I'm Sneha. We're thrilled to have you here today as we dive into a fascinating topic that's bound to get you thinking. If you're new to the show, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode.
That's right, Sneha. Today's episode is all about the world of jobs, career growth, and how we can all make a real impact in the workplace. From how to describe your job to how you can grow in your career, we've got you covered.
And hey, if you've ever been asked the question, what do you do for a living? We're going to help you answer it with confidence. So sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Let's kick things off with something super relatable. Describing what you do for a living. It's one of those questions that always comes up when meeting new people, right?
Exactly. Whether you're at a social event or a professional networking event, someone will ask, what do you do for a living? And for some, it's easy to answer, but for others, it can feel like a challenge.
That's true. But it's important to know how to answer this question in a way that sounds natural and professional. For instance, you could say, I'm a project manager at XYZ company, or I work in marketing, but if you want to impress, you should add a little more about what that entails.
Yes. Like, instead of just saying, I'm in marketing, you could say, I'm a digital marketing strategist helping companies grow their online presence through SEO and content creation. That gives the person you're talking to a clearer picture of what you do.
Now, before we dive deeper into this, let's go over some vocabulary that will help you when describing your job in a more professional and engaging way. First up, we have the term Fortune 500 company.
That's right. A Fortune 500 company refers to the 500 largest companies in the US, ranked by... If you're working in one of these, you're probably part of a pretty big deal.
Exactly. And then we have the term VP, or Vice President. This is a high-level position in many companies, typically in charge of a large department or an important area of business.
Definitely. When you're talking to someone who holds these kinds of positions, it can be helpful to understand the level of responsibility they have. For example, in our case, a VP might be responsible for overseeing nationwide operations or managing hundreds of employees.
Let's take a look at an example scenario that might happen in a typical networking situation. Imagine you're meeting someone for the first time and they say, "So, what do you do for a living?"
Right. You could say something like, I'm the Vice President of Quality Control at a Fortune 500 food company, just like in our sample dialogue from earlier. Or maybe you're not a VP. Perhaps you're in customer service or healthcare, which are also incredibly important roles.
That's a great point, Sneha. No matter what your job title is, being able to confidently explain what you do and how it adds value is key.
Now, let's talk about some phrases you can use to describe your job that will make you sound more fluent and natural in English. First, we have the phrase, going on about.
Yes. This is a super common way to talk about someone who talks a lot about something, often repeatedly. For example, my boss is always going on about how important customer satisfaction is.
It's a fun phrase that makes the conversation more lively. Next, let's talk about the phrase oversee. This one's essential, especially if you manage a team or project.
Yes, oversee means to supervise or manage something. For instance, I oversee the development of our new software product, or I oversee the daily operations of my department. This shows that you're in charge and making sure everything runs smoothly.
All right, let's now shift gears and talk about career growth. It's not just about getting the job, it's about succeeding and progressing in your role.
Absolutely. Success at work is all about doing your job well, learning new skills, and constantly improving. That could mean taking on new responsibilities, getting feedback, or even learning new tools or software to be more effective at your work.
And you should also focus on building good relationships with your colleagues and managers. Networking, both inside and outside of your company, is key to growing your career.
100%. Positive communication, being reliable, and maintaining a healthy work-life balance are all crucial for long-term success.
So, whether you're in customer service, healthcare, technology, or any other field, Your job plays a vital role in society. By communicating effectively about what you do, continuing to improve your skills, and building strong relationships, you can set yourself up for a successful career.
That's right. We hope you found this episode useful. If you did, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to Podcust Zone for more insightful tips.
Until next time, keep growing in your career and we'll see you soon.